So, there's all this stuff happening, and it makes it so you really can't touch these guys, at least at a national level. But some people have been wondering, now that Ron Paul is done with his campaign, obviously there's the question about, will he come back in 2016? And if that's your idea of how change is going to happen, is to wait 4 years, see if Ron Paul comes back, otherwise hope for some other kind of national level savior who's going to step in and swoop in to, rescue the country, you're still living in a fantasy realm. I mean, Washington, D.C. is what it is, and it's not going to change. They are too entrenched. Things are, the people that are there are very, very comfortable. The incumbents win over and over again. And as far as running these parties is concerned, there's these hot dogs in these parties that are very, very well connected and very entrenched.
Yeah, they do not want to see
they're not going anywhere.
The grassroots take over.
They're not going anywhere. And they're going to do everything it takes, including breaking their own rules or whatever, to make sure that doesn't happen. So what do you do? What is the solution now that this obviously has shown itself not to be one? Well, obviously there's the Free State Project. I say obviously if you've been listening to this radio program for a little while, because we've talked a lot about it over time, where liberty-minded people that love the idea of freedom and are willing to actually do something, are moving together to the same place to get active. Ron Paul's endorsed the Free State Project.
Yep.
He has spoken at Free State Project events. So he knows this is a viable solution for the ideas of liberty in our lifetime. And you can actually go to somebody finally set this up. It was actually Derek J. Freeman who set this up, afterronpaul.com. So if you know some Ron Paul folks that are wondering, what do we do now? Should we run another Ron Paul candidate for local office here in Florida or wherever, as long as it's not in New Hampshire? Good luck with that. Should we, wait 4 years and then bang our heads up against the national scene one more time and hope that this time something will shake out for freedom? Should we just give up entirely and just call it a day and start drinking heavily?
I would think I would think that anybody on any side would say that concentration of efforts is probably going to be the most successful. And that's what the Free State Project's about. The Free State Project's about getting 20,000 liberty-loving individuals to move to one state, a small state, where 20,000 people could have an effect. 1,000 people have moved so far, and almost 13,000 have signed up to move. And at this point, there have been huge successes. I could make a laundry list of successes, but I'll tell you this right off the bat. There was nearly an 11% cut in the budget. And by that I mean from the last year. It's 11% lower. Tell me how much lower your state is, and then tell me your excuse for not moving.
Right. We've got liberty-oriented state representatives that have actually been elected here, unlike all of the other elections around the country. And I'm not talking about some Tea Party people. I'm talking about people that actually understand the ideas of liberty, actual Free State Project participants, being elected as Democrats and Republicans. Joel Winters, who was previously elected as a Democrat, has won his primary as a Democrat this year, so he's back in the race.
Didn't know that.
Yep, and the Republican Party has been infiltrated very successfully by the people who are of a liberty mindset.
I don't call it infiltration. I've been a Republican all my life.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but the old guard is going to be none too happy about
this. There
are
400 seats in the New Hampshire House. How can there be an old guard?
In the party, there are people who are active. I'm not talking about the active state reps. The state reps in New Hampshire change out pretty frequently because it's a $200 a year position. It's not.
That means that generally only retirees can hold it.
Right, but it also means that less, say, politician-y type people are inclined to
people that
go
would
after
do this.
these things.
People that would rule others for a living.
It's not to say those people aren't there, but they're less likely to be there because, well, why would you want to run for state rep in New Hampshire and get paid $200 when you can run in some other state and make $100,000?
Move 50 miles in any direction and then run for state house in their state.
Right. So there's a lot going on here, and it's happening now. You don't have to wait. There are political campaigns in which to get active. There are civil disobedience and non-cooperation things going on, outreach projects, media being created. We just had a movie premiere today for the first time that I've ever been involved in, and it's certainly the first movie to have ever been produced by Free State Project participants in New Hampshire. I don't believe that anything else can make that claim. And it's awesome. It's Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree, and you can go to victimlesscrimespree.com to watch the movie for yourself. It is free online in HD, and it kind of covers some of the civil disobedience activism and non-cooperation that has been going on here for the last, as long as I can remember. So there's nothing else, besides this movement, I don't think, that is really a viable option for people that love the ideas of liberty after Ron Paul.
There are some things coming up online at this point, but at this, I think...
You mean the Honduras thing?
The Honduras thing, the Blue Seed thing.
They're going to create cities in Honduras, ostensibly, that will be far more free than other cities in the world. I'm excited about that.
I think they're calling it the Free Cities Project. And then there's another thing called Blue Seed. I think it's blueseed.co, where one can go see things about that. But these are ideas at this point. They are not...
There's some funding, though, behind them, so it's not like just some guys talking online, which is what happened originally with the Free State Project. People were just chatting online on a Yahoo group.
The Free State Project is real grassroots stuff.
Yeah.
So it's interesting from that standpoint, too.
Absolutely. So if you want to do that Republican Party takeover, I guess what I'm saying is to the people that are all bummed out about Ron Paul and not sure what to do, if you want to try this Republican Party takeover plan, here's how you do it. You get together with other people who are like you and move to the same place. Specifically New Hampshire, where there are already over 1,000 people here that are here for the Free State Project. And that doesn't include all the New Hampshire natives and folks that are here that are not Free State Project members that actually love the ideas of liberty. There's no better solution than that right now.
If not, there's always a wall to bang your head against.
There you go. The politics will always provide that for you. You can spend as much effort and time wherever you are, and you can try to tell yourself you're going to change something. 855-450-FREE. When you give up, go to freestateproject.org. Hour number 2's next. You take control. Bring up anything you want.